Well, it is Saturday afternoon and I am in the office. I am between my son's hockey games. So I had an opportunity to come in the office for a few hours to knock out some things for a very busy week for our law firm coming up in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And with that said, I came up with a blog article today regarding airport searches. And the reason why I wrote the blog was because recently, actually yesterday, a NFL player for the New England Patriots, Jack Jones, was arrested at the airport in Boston on illegal weapon possession. And they found the gun in his carry-on luggage. And people have asked me, well, what defenses, if any, does he have? Now, in this particular case, he does not have a constitutional right against legal search and seizure. Normally, police or law enforcement or a government agent in this situation, TSA, is required to provide some sort of a probable cause to initiate a search. But in this situation, we're dealing with an airport. An airport search, you give up your constitutional rights against illegal search and seizure for the most part when you enter an airport and go through security, because everyone is subject to it. It's not randomly done. Now they do put people out of line randomly for an extensive search, but as you enter the airport and go through that initial security check, and you hand over your bags, you are giving up your constitutional right for the most part against illegal search and seizure. So in this particular situation, Mr. Jones will not be able to assert that as a possible pretrial defense. In addition, with regards to possible trial defenses, which he could have, it's actual and constructive possession. In this particular situation, those are unlikely. And if his case proceeds to trial, more than likely he would be convicted. Now, with that said, I doubt very much Mr. Jones's case will proceed to trial. I'm not licensed in the state of Massachusetts, in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I think. I am not licensed there, but in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, we do have some type of diversion program for illegal weapon possessions. Now, in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania, diversion programs are very rare and they're not given out very often, but whether or not a person qualifies has to do with whether or not a person has a criminal history and the circumstances surrounding the particular weapon. Now, in this situation, I don't know if Mr. Jones, why he was carrying it. There isn't really a defense that would be a legal defense with regards to something that would keep him out of trouble. But in this situation, that may have an effect on whether or not he's eligible for a diversion program. Now, in New Jersey, we have pretrial intervention, PTI. In Pennsylvania, we have accelerated rehabilitative disposition, ARD. But again, those aren't very common when it comes to a gun. A gun, as you know, in New Jersey and Pennsylvania is a gun charge. Is a felony charge, and that is very similar to what it is in Massachusetts. So it's hard to come down from a felony allegation to get a diversion program, which is typically reserved for misdemeanor crime, which is a lot less serious. But if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, website gambleinlaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All my books, my blogs, and videos are available there in one convenient format. It is it is the weekend, it is Saturday. Don't spoil it with something like a gun charge by traveling in a way that you're committing crimes in a state or with regards to federal law. Remember, if we're all in a rush, we're all busy, we're all working different hours, and sometimes we just forget to do things. But when it comes to traveling, especially on a plane, remember that your bags will be searched. So don't think that, well, it's just a little gun, if there's such a thing, or just a little marijuana, or just a little drugs. It isn't a big deal. If you are traveling with drugs, obviously prescription drugs, travel with them legally, have your prescriptions available. Don't put them in a plastic bag and just give the impression that they're illegal. If they find them, they're going to take them, and you could be possibly charged with the crime. Even if you have a prescription and it's not available there, you're really taking a chance. You could be detained and may have to miss your flight or miss your connection or whatever. Again, do it in a legal fashion. Take the time to prepare your bags. Again, if you have questions regarding traveling in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, remember, if you're traveling through Pennsylvania or New Jersey and you have a gun, don't assume that your neighboring states or your home state have reciprocity with Pennsylvania. New Jersey virtually has no reciprocity with any state. So if you're traveling through New Jersey and you're out of state, do it so with a gun box. Keep the ammunition separately, and that is the way to travel through the Garden State with a firearm. But once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Remember, it is the weekend. If you are traveling, you are stopped for suspicion of DUI in Pennsylvania or DWI in New Jersey, do not refuse the chemical test. It will never help a criminal case, but do not consent to a search of your person or your property. Be polite to the officer, be respectful, but don't consent to the search. So have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon.